Liverpool dead lucky to get away from Portman Road with a draw against Ipswich last week. Would home advantage do the trick tonight? The winner's drawn at home to Aston Villa. Commentary from John Motson.
34-year-old John Walk has shaken off a hamstring injury, but his Ipswich team will have to rewrite the record books if they're to upset his old club Liverpool tonight. Ipswich have never won at Anfield in 29 visits, 21 defeats and 8 draws, and only Brighton among visiting teams have won an FA Cup tie here in the last 23 years. Mind you, Liverpool may welcome those omens in view of their injury list. Ian Rush has broken down again, but back into the side tonight come number 2 Rob Jones, number 4 Steve Nicol, number 9 Mark Walters and number 10 Jan Molby. Ipswich have lost only 1 of their last 13 games, the last of those a victory here on Merseyside on Friday night when they beat Tranmere with a goal by number 7 Simon Milton. He's part of an unchanged team. Indeed, manager John Lyall has hardly altered the side since the end of November. And the 3,500 Ipswich fans here tonight include 2 of their famous FA Cup winning team of 1978, Mick Mills and Alan Hunter. Well, Bristol Rovers did the second division proud on this ground in the last round, so what can Ipswich Town do? They're second in the table and having a very good run. 6 wins in 7, and the draw was against Liverpool in the first match when the wind rather spoiled the game at Portman Road. It's certainly not going to be that way tonight. The conditions are good. That was McManaman for Liverpool. And here's Palmer for Ipswich, into Dozzell. Palmer again. Oh, it nearly found Nick Stockwell, and here's Kiwomya. The Liverpool formation beginning to take shape. McManaman up front with Saunders, Marsh and Molby in the centre of midfield, Houghton out right, Walters left. Marsh, McManaman. This is Neil Thompson, the number 3 for Ipswich. Kiwomya, he was fouled by Mark Wright. Well, Ipswich normally push John Walk up for set plays, and Liverpool will know all about him. He was the leading scorer here at Anfield in one season in the 80s with 22 goals. So Mark Wright will be aware of Walk's presence. And the Ipswich number 6, David Linnigan, has now gone to join him in the penalty area, or just outside. And that was Wright, and then I think Steve Whitten got the last touch. Steve Whitten, once of West Ham and Sheffield Wednesday. Indeed, John Lyall hardly spent any money since he took over as manager of Ipswich. Whitten was a buy. Linnigan's header. Jones. Molby. Back in action after an injury spell, Jan Molby. And so too is Steve Nicol here. Whitten for Ipswich. Against Harkness, and then Walters came in and brought him down. That's Whitten's header. Here's Dozzell. Nice play. This is Stockwell. And Grobbelaar beats it round the post from Nick Stockwell. Corner to Ipswich. And here, Neil Thompson, who swings them in with his left foot from the right-hand side, has got Dozzell to aim at on the near post, and now Linnigan and Walk both in the danger area. Whitten's there too. Oh, Walk was coming in behind Steve Nicol, so it's a corner again. In the first match at Portman Road, John Walk clipped the bar with a header from a corner. He's number 5. Dozzell was closing in with Molby. Here's Walk leaping now. That's Palmer. And the shot by a very off-balance Neil Thompson. Walters tries to put Saunders through. Linnigan. McManaman makes the challenge. Walters will now find Houghton. Saunders and Marsh both up here. This is Marsh, number 6. Mike Marsh for Liverpool. Holds his head in disbelief. Craig Forrest probably takes some credit for that. It was a good opening, supplied by Ray Houghton for Mike Marsh. He had time to line up the shot, but Forrest was in the right place to make a save when he was off balance. Comes off Steve Nicholls' head. This is Whitten for Ipswich. Dozell. Oh, I think it was meant for Milton. Stockwell. Had a good, solid first half, the Ipswich number 4, in attack and in defence. He's found Milton from the throw. Oh, it was won by Palmer. This is Kiwomya. And Ipswich had a man over there, dangerously so for Liverpool for a moment. But here's Houghton. And Jones releases McManaman. Saunders in the centre, being joined now by Mark Walters. And Houghton's coming up in a good position here. And got the shot all wrong, did Ray Houghton, but typical of his foraging runs. He's scored 11 times this season, the second highest Liverpool goal scorer, and I would imagine with his experience he'd have hoped to have done better from this position. Pulled it right across. Oh, well played by Kiwomya. This is Johnson taking on Nicol. Good run by Johnson, and if he could have squared it, Dozell was in a terrific position to finish it off. And now Linnigan's forward for the corner. Johnson, corner again. This is not a comfortable conclusion to the first half for the First Division team. Linnigan was coming in on that. This is Milton. Dean Saunders challenges him. Now it's Walters. And there's a break on for Liverpool, but I think he'll have to go alone at the moment. There's nobody else around. They're trying to join him now. It's still Mark Walters. Saunders now is in the penalty area. And Liverpool force a corner in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Well, they always say what a good time it is to score. I think any time's a good time, but there you are. Just before the half-time whistle. And this is Marsh. Houghton. Mark writes, Walters. In it goes again. It's going to come to Ray Houghton. And what a good time it was to score. Ray Houghton has put Liverpool in front in the 47th minute. And after a period when Ipswich forced 2 or 3 corners and looked threatening, Liverpool broke away. The cross returned by Walters came out to Houghton, and this is the left foot inside the near post. Forrest a little unsighted, I think, by one of his defenders when the shot was first struck. May even have been a faint deflection on it, but it's in. And Liverpool have taken the lead in this 5th round replay in the time that the referee added on for first half stoppages. Ray Houghton takes his total for the season to 12. And the psychology of that time to score may become apparent later. It certainly left Ipswich feeling deflated as they walk off, having played well. But Liverpool, who missed 2 earlier chances, struck at a very good time there. Houghton the scorer, 1-0 at half-time. And a change of referee. Mr. Bush has had to go off, and Ken Leach of Wolverhampton has taken over in the middle, and Jerry Carroll of Aintree, the reserve official, is on the line. The referee doesn't reappear for the second half, but all the players have. There are no substitutes in the two teams. And ironic, really, that Ray Houghton should score the goal, because if memory serves me right, John Lyall, the Ipswich manager, was Ray's first boss back in the West Ham days, before Houghton moved on to Fulham and Oxford and then Liverpool. So Mr. Lyall has an ironic twist to reflect on there. Walters. Understand that the original referee, Alf Bush, has had a calf strain, which is why he can't continue. This is Walters. So his senior linesman, Mr. Leach of Wolverhampton, is in the middle for the second half. Mr. Souness is trying to get some instructions out and has been escorted away by a linesman and police officer. Here's Whitten. Stockwell. Oh, good dummy by Goddard. This is Milton. That was an exceptionally good opening for Ipswich. They won't get many like that tonight. It fell to Simon Milton. Paul Goddard, a lovely dummy. That's experience. And it put Milton in the clear. Mark Wright didn't really shut him down, but he pulled his shot horribly wide. Good move, though, by the second division team. A warning to Liverpool. There is Wright. And hesitation. It's Wright again. Craig Forrest was able to make the save in the end after he and his defender both looked at each other on the first ball. Johnson for Ipswich. Thompson. Johnson again. Whitten coming in far side. Misdirected header by Mark Walters. Stockwell. There goes Dozell. Applause from the Ipswich fans, but I think it's really been the final pass, or the moment when they've reached the 18-yard box, when Ipswich have been disappointing. This was the Liverpool effort at the other end. Mark Wright's the man to watch here on the header, and then there's complete hesitation in there. John Walk and one or two others just not sure, but Craig Forrest came to the rescue in the end. This is Milton. And Wright. Saunders. Oh, dear me, he's put them in real trouble there. That's Milton! What a good effort. Simon Milton hit that from all of 25 yards. Dean Saunders gave the ball away, and here comes a really good effort out of the blue. Grobbelaar may have got his fingertips to it. Certainly it's a corner, which Thompson will take, and Ipswich have chances here. Oh, and Grobbelaar's missed it, and it was Goddard, but he's missed it because he was fouled. Quick thinking by the Ipswich number 7 that didn't quite catch Grobbelaar out, but it was a good effort. And then when the corner came in that crowd of players, well, I don't know whether he was fouled. The whistle went anyway. This is where you feel Liverpool really miss Barnes or Rush. There's nobody to put pressure on Ipswich's back players when they've got the ball, and they're moving it out freely. This is Johnson. Kiwomya tries to find Thompson. Houghton steps in. Did rather better than that, didn't he? Good play. He's found McManaman. They want support. Mark Walters has made a run just inside him. Dean Saunders further over. Here's Walters. Oh, it's opened up for Mark Walters. What was John Walk doing there? He seemed to veer off to the other side and leave a gap, but Craig Forrest was on his game. Whitten, with Goddard on that side as well, extending Steve Nicol. Stockwell. Into Goddard. But Walters with a chance to relieve things. Oh, and Saunders was looking the other way. Walk has got Ipswich on their way again. This is Whitten. Whipped in. Johnson! It's the equaliser! Gavin Johnson. And it looked as though it was coming for 5 or 10 minutes. You've got to give it to Ipswich. They were making Liverpool look uncomfortable, and Dean Saunders didn't read the ball down the left-hand side from Walters. There was a misunderstanding over there. And that allowed Steve Whitten to get in this telling cross from out on the touchline. And Gavin Johnson directs that header beautifully beyond Grobbelaar. This is a midfield player from the left-hand side coming in on the far post. Picked out beautifully by the cross, wasn't he? But look at that finish. It's a superb header. After 80 minutes, the score is 1-1. Liverpool have had to take off Mark Walters and bring on Ronnie Rosenthal. McManaman, Jones, Rosenthal, and McManaman, and it's Rosenthal. Still Ronnie Rosenthal couldn't edge it on to Dean Saunders, who was waiting. Another injury. Mick Stockwell. Here's Rosenthal in a good position, and there are two to his left, look. Stockwell got injured making that challenge, but what an important one it was. Well, Liverpool get the free kick, and they want something now. Mark Wright has come forward. There's Wright. Oh, it just dropped away. He's finding it quite hard to get his first goal for Liverpool, the captain. Had one wiped out in the first match for pushing from this sort of position. Crossed by Rob Jones, and Mark Wright gets up well, and it just drops the other side of the post. Well, the Ipswich Cup final team of old will be proud of their modern counterparts for this performance. The goal scorer, Johnson. We're still playing added time here at the end of the 90. And Ipswich have a chance, perhaps. It's span off Paul Goddard. And a very unpredictable cup tie now. Look at Ray Houghton. He's got 5 up with him. One of them is Rosenthal here. Houghton again, it's Mulby. No, it's Saunders. Oh, well, that just about sums up his second half, really. Nothing's gone right for him up there. Kiwomya. Johnson. Jones. And still they have the injury time on. 48 minutes now we've been playing in the second half. McManaman. Rosenthal's there, so is Jones here. Rob Jones. Doesn't find himself there too often. And it was Johnson who got to him as he shot. This is McManaman initially, taking on Thompson on the outside. Rosenthal was in there, and when it came back to Jones, Johnson challenged him. Extra time at Anfield as second division Ipswich Town fight back in this cup tie with a goal on 80 minutes by Gavin Johnson. And Ipswich made Liverpool look decidedly uncomfortable in the second half. So the start of extra time, and will it be penalties here tonight? That's the question they're asking all round the ground at this moment. Or can the Kop lift Liverpool? Nothing's got past Walk tonight. That's offside. Ronnie Rosenthal. Fascinating to hear John Lyles saying before the game that Ipswich have taken their penalty practice very seriously for this cup match, in case that eventuality occurs. It may be needed. That's Hartness. And then it was Rosenthal. And now it's Saunders. And Marsh. Who's going to be stronger physically and mentally in extra time? Kiwomya. Milton. Good play again by Ipswich. This is Johnson. Jones finds McManaman. They do want a bit more off their front players, Liverpool, now. But the midfield men aren't doing quite so well either. This is Dozzell to Kiwomya for Ipswich. Oh, Goddard! Good effort by the experienced Ipswich substitute. Really got hold of that, Paul Goddard. It flew just wide with Grobbelaar at full stretch. This is Jason Dozzell. Mickey Stockwell. Dozzell's through the middle, good ball. Jason Dozzell on here for Ipswich. Grobbelaar saves Dozzell. It's 2-1. Would you believe it? They're in front. Grobbelaar has come running out towards the referee, complaining. But Ipswich have scored, and Jason Dozzell is the man who has put them in front in this topsy-turvy cup tie, and Mickey Stockwell plays the ball through superbly. Precision pass, he got behind Marsh. Wright came across, Grobbelaar made the first save, but look at Dozzell, he's there to tuck it in. Whether Grobbelaar thought there was a player offside to the left, I don't know. 96 minutes gone, Liverpool 1, Ipswich Town 2, and Dozzell has the effrontery to put them ahead in front of the Kop. But here are Ipswich, 2-1 up. McManaman, Saunders. It may be too early to start talking about history like that, because Liverpool have a free kick right on the edge of the area. It's very central, and it might appeal to Mulby. Second substitution by Liverpool. Hartness off, Kozma on. Istvan Kozma, the Hungarian, number 14, joins the play. Wonder if he fancies taking this free kick. It's Mulby! Oh, belter! An absolute belter from Jan Mulby. It's 2-2. What a match. They're relieved. He's dejected. But he's produced a goal that has turned the match yet again. Just look at the accuracy of that drive from Jan Mulby. Craig Forrest had no chance. 99 minutes gone. 9 minutes, that is, into extra time. It's 2-2 here at Anfield. Anything's possible now. I don't know what Kozma said to Mulby as he ran on there, but Mulby knew exactly what he was going to do. Milton, Nicol, and the Kop now realise what a part they've got to play. Milton. Dazelle. It could still go to penalties. This is Mark Wright. McManaman, Rosenthal, McManaman, and they're in front. 3-2 Liverpool. Fabulous comeback. It's 2 goals in 2 minutes, and McManaman this time produces the magic. And it's all smiles suddenly for the Reds. From 2-1 down, they lead 3-2. Rosenthal played the return pass into the stride of McManaman. What a great first-time finish that is. Excellent football by the First Division side. Quality play here from first to last. Liverpool 3, Ipswich Town 2. And this is developing into one of the great FA Cup ties. Saunders, Rosenthal inside. McManaman's unmarked further over if he can be found. It's still Saunders. Didn't open up that side. Houghton. Jones. Simon Milton. Steve Whitten. And Kiwomya dangerously on the far side for Ipswich. They've got Gavin Johnson in the middle and Goddard coming up as well, number 12 here. Goddard, great skill. Johnson, chance. And he didn't take it. And Liverpool escaped and break away again. This is cavalier stuff now. You don't see many games like this. Defenders are tired. This is Saunders. Houghton, good effort. Stinging shot from Ray Houghton. 10 minutes from the end of normal time. Houghton must have thought his goal was enough. But so much has happened since then. Saunders. And that's meant for Rosenthal, but Craig Forrest should deal with it to put it against the roof of the stand. And we're just coming up to the 120-minute mark in this gripping FA Cup replay. Rosenthal, Saunders, Linegan's header. Oh, and Forrest just hesitating for a fraction. Oh, and hits his own defender with the clearance. I don't think Johnson really knew what had happened there. It hit him in the back. This is McManaman. Marsh. Stoppage time now. Houghton. Rosenthal. Oh, no. Corner, though, off Stockwell. So we're in the time that the second referee, Ken Leach, is adding on for injuries in extra time. Well, what a catalogue of incident there's been in this game. It's kept you on the edge of your seat, especially in extra time. Liverpool will be happy to keep the ball down in that corner. They've now got 1 foot in the 6th round. But what a roller coaster ride it's been. And the Ipswich fans singing their team home, even if they're going out. And Liverpool will play Aston Villa in the 6th round on Sunday week. But behind that stark fact, a match of so many twists and turns, Steve McManaman proves again he's the man for the FA Cup occasion. He gets the winning goal after Ipswich had the nerve and the style to take the lead here at Anfield in extra time. But Liverpool turned it round with 2 in 2 minutes, and it's one of those FA Cup ties that'll be talked about for years. All I can say about that one, Graham, is what a cup tie.
Yeah, I think it'll have made very good television. I don't think it's good for the managers on the touchline, but it made exciting television. I felt, started slowly, got it going towards the end of the first half. The second half, they were bossing it, they were better than us, and I felt an extra time. Given the problems we have, John, we've had 4 players carrying injuries, starting the game with injuries tonight. We dug deep, and they showed a lot of character, determination, and I'm delighted that we ended up winning the game, because it was a hard game for us tonight.
I was going to say, when they went ahead in extra time, you must have thought that you might be into, well, penalties, perhaps at best.
Well, when we got it back and we went in front, I turned to Tom Saunders and I said, this has got penalties written all over it. And I think once we went in front at the last time, we managed to kill the game off, and credit to them again, because, as I said, we had 4 players who started the game with injuries and done well to get through the game. But all credit to Ipswich as well, because they worked extremely hard. If they can show that kind of determination every week between now and the end of the season, they'll be in the First Division next year.
Well, Bob's picked the right night to be with us tonight, because we've got stacks more goals as well, but Ipswich played some super football. They were unlucky, really.
They were unlucky.
Yeah.
John Watson said nerve and style. That was spot on, I think. Well, they're second in the second division, and I do hope that after the disappointment of tonight, they do get back into the First Division. I think they look a First Division side. There'll be a credit to it. At the same time, Liverpool deserve all the credit as well, because they were on the rack, and it was class that brought them back. Mulby's free kick was... well, it was just world-class, really. The way he whips it around the edge of the wall, and the pace, I mean, the goalkeeper's got no chance. I might add that it's taken from the wrong place. I think if Alf Bush had still been on, the referee wouldn't have allowed it to be taken from right on the edge of the 18-yard line, as you see. The offence actually took place on the D. But it's a magnificent free kick, that is. Wonderful. Yeah. And of course, the goal that won it. He's only 20 years old, Steve McManaman, but... it's a 1-2 of the highest class, played with Ronnie Rosenthal. And McManaman has got so much pace as well. He just laid the ball in, got the return, and then that finish there for a 20-year-old. He's an outstanding talent already, and potentially he's an international player, to say the least.
Great class.
Yeah.
Well, it's Liverpool against Villa, our live match on Sunday week then.